everybody, it's Gail and...
Sorry.
Hey everybody, it's Gail and the Herschner's catalog dropped in my box yesterday, so I thought that we could go through it and look at all of the crochet designs. I will not be remarking on individual yarns or any of the tools or the books that are in the catalog, but I thought just looking at the stuff that you can get in a kit could be really fun. And it's 108 items. Now, there's a couple I couldn't find. I think they were both sock patterns. So, overall, they looked cute. There you go. There's the review. So, I have all of the images in a big file behind the camera. And I have the catalog so I know what the name of everything is. And my goal is to not be looking straight down for the whole video. So, yes, this is a take two. Let us see what we have to see. So we are starting with the Spring Squares Afghan. I think this is a cute design. I like the yellow in this, even though I tend not to like these lighter yellows, but I like the yellow here because it works really well with kind of the darker and lighter pink. I don't like this kind of design on a blanket because I get real bitchy about my blankets, and I don't want to have to figure out if I gotta flip my blanket so I won't get all that extra yarn from the flower design on me. Yeah, it's a big problem, I know. Number 2 is the frilly pillow covers. I hate these. It basically makes the pillows useless. As someone who naps on the couch a lot, and as you can see behind me, I have a few pillows. Decorative pillows like this are not my bag. I do like the design as an idea. I think it's cute that your pillow wants a little mini skirt. But, no. Not something I would ever make. This is the Divine Rug, and this is marked as easy crochet, which I understand. So Herschner's has 4 levels. It's beginner, easy, intermediate, experienced. And, I don't know if y'all can pick that up, but he's cracking something open over there. But this rug is marked as easy, and I think that's accurate. You're working a half circle. It's clearly a few different stitches, but I also think this could be a good beginner project. You know, something that I've learned just talking to newer crocheters is they pick projects I never would have tried first. And so I think this could be a really fun first project, even though it's easy as opposed to beginner. Which one? This is the Daphne throw. I love this design. You can find this blanket style pretty much all over the internet. Everybody's got a version of this blanket, and I get why. It's really pretty. It's an easy repeat pattern, so if you're like me and you always stitch while you're watching something, you don't have to keep count. Now, the reason you would want to buy it in the kit as opposed to going to find a free pattern and then the yarn to go with it is because kits are generally marked down a certain percentage because they're selling you a whole project. So, the kit for this runs, it's on sale right now for $40. It runs $55 usually. And you'd pay at least to that to get a free pattern and then go buy yarn for it, I would think. So, if you like this set of colors, it's an easy way to get everything you need for it, and you don't have to make that last minute 8:30 p.m. Sunday night run to Joann, based on a true story. Next up, we have the daisy baskets. I love a good basket. I think these look good, but I do not like the use of the granny square as an applique as opposed to a side of the basket, because usually these baskets you build to a certain extent, and then you attach the granny squares, and then you build over the granny squares. And, the granny square portion is open. And so I don't like that they were oh yeah, we're going to do the granny square basket. But then you just sew them on rather than have them be, a real part of the basket. I also think the seaming here is a little bit sloppy. Fight me, Herschners. We have this, it's plaid blankets. They put the S on it. I did not. I am reading the title as it is in the copy. This is the ultimate dad blanket in these colors. I mean, it truly is. And I mean that as a compliment. I think it's great. They also have another kit called Stormy Skies that's green and gray. But if you if you have someone who is like very concerned about having homemade things because macho, I think this is a good blanket to trick them with. The Trinity Ripple Afghan. I like this design. I like the chevrons to make it. I hate the gray on the end of this one. It does not look right. You've already got the red taking a lot of the light in terms of like it's a darker red. I need this to either be like a proper black or navy blue. Just, I would not buy this kit because I hate that gray. This is the Blue Ridge Afghan. And please remember this video when you're watching somebody talk about going off to college and check their care package, because this is the one that Grandma's making you for your dorm room. And that is a compliment. It reminds me so much of the blankets I got from my own grandmothers. And that makes me really, really like it. I don't like the pom-poms on the bottom. I don't like having anything that can touch my feet without warning. So, not my bag. But I do like them as part of the design, if that makes sense. Like, not for me, but it's there for somebody. The Hospitality Afghan. This is a christening blanket. This is also probably a wedding blanket, and I'm saying this because it's in white. Like, they've got a whole bunch of different colors you could use, and I think it looks lovely in white, but, like, when it's in white, all I can see is, like, that's for a wedding, that's for a christening, you know what I mean? Like, oh, confirmation. Ooh, that'd be a good one for a confirmation. It's pretty, but in white, I also imagine it would be much more decorative for most people. Love this. This is the Lavender and Lilac Afghan. This is basket weave and baubles. And I love the monochromatic look. I love the textures. This is a State Fair blanket, all right? This is the blanket. Bless you.
Thank you.
This is the blanket that you work your ass off on, and then you get a ribbon for it because it shows off your skills. I think it's rad. This is the Juliet Textured Afghan. It does not say how you make these stitches, which is too bad. I'd really like to know. I think it's just a lot of post stitches, but also this just strikes me as a blanket you would make for like an expectant mother. Like, this is her pregnancy blanket. This is what she covers up in, you know, during the days where it's like, all I'm going to eat is crackers, and I hope the tiny human in me does not make me sick. Yeah, I give backstories to things all the time like this, so enjoy. The Mirabelle Afghan. This has a lot of interesting textures, kind of like the Lavender and Lilac. And it's another State Fair winner. Like, you fix this up, or, you know, you make a blanket to give to, like, a charity auction, and a lot of people are going to buy tickets for this one. I like this red and white, but honestly, I would make it in the most obnoxious neon colors I could find, because that's just what I do. The Gladiolus Afghan. Now this is one that I know has been done in different colors, and so they make them in a bunch of different sets, and then every couple of months they switch out the colors they're showing you in the magazine. And I like it. I would also like it if they just had a page of like, here's all the ones you could buy. Because I think these colors are nice, but I don't like that dark red trim. And I'm sure that there's one that has got a color palette that would just really be perfect for me. But again, we have this problem that you've got this raised part in the stitches that would bug me to have to like flip my blanket so it's right. You know, if it's not going to bug you, it's perfect. Also, this kind of multi-texture I think is great for like gifting to babies, gifting to people who, you know, might be fidgety because they're just fidgety and need something to do with their hands, or people with ADHD having something to stem on, people with autism having something to stem on. Like, blankets like this could be a really good present. The Zinnia Afghan. I have seen this one in like 2 of the other colorways, and this one is my favorite set of colors. Honestly, I'm probably never going to make it because it just looks like it will make me crazy with all of the stitch changes. But who knows? I might go for it because like I really like how this one looks. They've got them in a bunch of different colors. Like, that one go to the website, look it up, see what you can see. We have the Flower Shop Afghan, and that's SHOPPE, so that you know that it's fancy. We got raised middles, and we know how I feel about that. I do think this is fun. I think it's cute. I think it's a good way to learn a few different techniques you might not seek out otherwise. I absolutely loathe the seafoam green with the purple flowers in the middle. Seafoam green and I have a very long history together. It ain't good. Fucking high school bathroom with seafoam green. So this is Shells and Lace Throw, and my favorite thing about this is that this is the photo from the website. It is pink in the catalog. Pink. What I want you to do, if you're looking for a quick project, if you're looking for an easy project, I want you to get this kit, make this throw, and then put it into like a dustproof bag with wherever you stash, holiday gifts, and wait. Because there will be somebody who you're like, I don't know what to get them. And then you'll go, I made that blanket. And then you will have that blanket. This is absolutely one of those, like, make it and tuck it away things. The Fresh Squeezed Afghan, which made me laugh when I got to this one. It's super cute. I love this design. I like that those are squares and with the fruit in the middle and not appliques that you then put on top. I mean, obviously the leaves are an applique, but I like that the overall design is one piece per square. You can make this, if you've been in fandom as long as I have, for one of your old fandom friends. And then you can laugh and laugh and laugh, lemon and lime. And if you don't get that reference, that's okay. We have the Jules Paragon Afghan. This one would not come up in the search when I was searching it by its name in the catalog, and that happened with a few pieces. So Herschner's, get your shit together. I think this design is pretty. These are not my colors. These colors are not for me. That is the Hodgepodge Afghan. I think it's really cute. I think it's 4 colors going on here. I like that burnt orange. I'm a big fan of burnt orange though, so like that's an easy way to get me to like something. I don't know what's up with tassels on everything, except that it means you have to buy more yarn. So, always be wary of tassels. This is the Asher Plaid Afghan. Now this is a very common Afghan style. The Ostentatious Crochet book, which is all patterns based off Jane Austen novels, has one of these. I think 2 of them actually. And what you do is you work an open work double crochet. So you double crochet, chain 1, skip stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip stitch, double crochet. So you have an open space all the way up the blanket, and then once you make the body of the blanket, you take long strips of yarn and then you weave them to make the plaid design. I've never made one because the idea of the finishing work being to weave in the other half of the blanket makes my brain hurt. But I think they're lovely. They're just not a project I'm going to take on. This is the Plaid Ruana. I hate this. So first of all, that fringe just looks sad. That fringe is having a real bad day. Second of all, they're using that fringe rather than just having you make another set of squares to actually make it kind of as wide as Ruanas generally are. And then I deeply question the way that the edges of this are being held versus the way that edge, so the one where her hand's way up and the way that edge folds out, even though she seems like she's just holding it like this, like she's not trying to flip it out, she's holding it like this. It makes me think that bottom edge does not lie flat. And That's a problem. Cozy dog beds. I think this is so cute. I love the little paws on it. You know, you can make this, and obviously if you buy the kit, you make it in this color set, and I think it's lovely. I think it's a nice way to kind of do like, you know, a mature minimalist look without going totally gray and white on everything. Do not make this for the friend whose dog eats their bed. That would be my big advice. Hound hoodies. These are always in the catalog, and I always delight when I see them. This is spike stitch to get that color work, and then I love that the pom-pom is all the different colors. Bean, sadly, will wear anything you put on her body, but will not wear hats, which is a crime. This is the Wilder hat and scarf. I think this is cute. This is a very, I have this pattern set idea that I refer to as the basic bitch design, and it's like a hat, a cowl, and wrist warmers that are all done for like, because, you know, oh, the basic bitches are in their cowls and their hats and getting coffee at Starbucks. I'm like, yeah, and I'm one of them. And so this is just like right in my wheelhouse for basic bitch design, especially with that fluffy pom-pom. This appears to be tapestry crochet because when you look at it, you can see how the color work is changing. And I think it's really cute. Bless you. Hold on.
That's it.
Okay, he's done. The monochromatic shawl, I want to say some nice things about it. I think the stitch design is pretty. I think it's something that the exact right person is going to love. This shawl will be worn by someone who shoves me aside at a Joann sale. That's what we'll say about that. The Ravishing Round Ripple Afghan. Well, someone had fun naming this one. This is done in the Herschner's Worsted 8 Stripes yarn. And so what it is you start in the middle, you work your way out. It's basically a granny square, except it's got points. And then it just stripes as it goes. And if you look at this, you can see where the stripes change colors. And I like it. I prefer to have my color work be more precise. So these kinds of yarns that change color like this, just sort of, you know, as you go, not something I work with a lot. But I think it's a really cute use for it. It gives it some interest. I like that it looks like we're starting with a lot of bobble stitches and then moving out. And I know I've said I hate bobble stitches, and I do. But in terms of like a design piece, I think it looks good. On the other hand, you can find 100 variations of this design all over the internet. If you're not looking for a kit, you can just find that design. The Bohemian Sampler Throw, I hate it. Next. The Heather Shawl. It's good. I mean, I'm not a shawl person. I want to be, but I never am. But like, this is not a design that lights me up. This is a design that, you know, you see it and you're just like, you're probably kind of a bitch to servers. The Granny Speckled Throw, an absolute classic of a design. This is another one that, like, if the colors get you right in the head, buy the kit, use the colors. If they don't, go out, buy your own colors. You can find this exact pattern just about anywhere. The Cluster Cardigan. I really like the use of the granny squares to do the color kind of under the arms and the sides, and then having one big color around the edge. I would catch this on every doorknob, hook, nail, screw, and anything else protruding from a wall. I would just constantly be catching myself on things. Tranquility Kimono. This is a better version that I probably would not be catching myself on everything, but you bet, you can fucking bet I'm going to catch it on a few things. Open work stuff like this is always a danger for me. I think the design is cute. I don't like the colorways, and she looks like she's calling you up to see if you want to sell ketones. The Tweed Ribbed Beanie. This is a very classic hat. I think this looks very cute. It looks like it lines up beautifully. He looks like one of the guys from one of those fucking Chicago shows. I've seen like 3 episodes of, I think, one of them, and he's on that one. This is made in Premier Basics Chunky, so it's going to work up pretty quick. It'll stay nice and warm. It is a shame that they do not have this in Hunter Orange, because I bet a lot of people could have gotten a lot of quick gifts knocked out with some Hunter Orange. The Starburst Mandala throw, yeah, it's fine. You'll get a lot of practice in working with raised stitches. You might also hate raised stitches once you're done because it just goes on like that. I don't think it looks bad. It just does not thrill me. The Heartwarmer blanket. This is some cute shit right here. I love this. I think it's adorable. Yeah, that's all I got. We are on the Granny Chevron throw. No notes. Much like the Granny throw from earlier, if this set of colors like just absolutely kicks you in the teeth, buy this kit. It is, how much is it? It's $40 usually. It's $35. Did I say $40? Yeah, $40 usually is $35 right now. So $5 off, that's not bad. Super fucking cute. But again, if this colorway does not kick your ass, you can find this, you look up Granny Chevron and you can find a pattern. The Sideways Bobble Throw, all these fucking washed out colors means it's real hard to tell what the non-bobble stitchers are doing, and I hate it. Boxed Shells Throw. For the love of God, would you put something gray in the background so I can see the fucking colors? Oh God, this pisses me off. You cannot have something with this many light colors on a background this brightly white. It washes the whole thing out. And I guess I'm supposed to be like, oh, it's so pretty. I can't tell. Anyway. The Mosaic Motifs blanket. This thing fucking slaps. I love it. This is such a great use of ombre yarn. Like, this is cool. I just love it. Make this, I'm telling you right now, you can make this in neon green and black and gift it to anybody at about the age of 15, and it will be their favorite blanket for the rest of their life. We are on the Diamond Ripple Afghan. It is a lovely design. I question the tassels. This looks like a blanket you would make for someone's casual third wedding, and it looks like she is posing with her new present at her casual third wedding. The Berry Velvet Blanket Hoodie. I need 9 of them, except I probably only need 1 of them because I'm either very cold or very warm. So half the time I would be like clawing my way out of this to try to get some air. Also, it is 100% polyester, so this is not going to breathe. And that's something to keep in mind on stuff like this. But if you've got like a drafty house, you're trying to, keep the heat down to save on bills, you'll look real fucking cute. Snow-capped mosaic stitch blanket. I don't like this because one of the colors they're using is one of the variegated, I don't know how to say that word. I only ever read it. But it's one of the multicolor yarns from Bernay Blanket, so it's muddling up what should be a really crisp stitch by having this multicolor in here like this. If you go back and the mosaic blanket, that was an ombre, that was not a variegated, and so the color change was more subtle over time, and that allowed the black to really pop. And then this is actually having the opposite effect, that the black that they're using to outline this this mosaic is getting lost in that sort of pebbly brown. I think you could do it in solids and it would look nice, but I also wonder, it seems like doing mosaic with super bulky yarn would be super fucking annoying. This is the Vertical Stripes blanket. It is marked as a beginner crochet pattern, and I hate that. And I hate it because you have to make each of these panels. Hold on. Okay, I don't think you make them individually and stitch them together. I think you just change color at certain points and call it good. But still, blankets are not the fun first project, I don't think. So, yeah, if you want to make your first blanket, probably not a bad way to do it. But I also think that for a lot of people, this would not be a good beginner pattern because Blankets get really boring if you're slow with them. Cabled hat. Nobody had fun with that title. Cabled hat. It's fine. You can't really see the twisted cable very well, which is bugging me, but I mean, it's good practice. They're using Simply Soft Speckled, which I don't like because I think those speckles in the actual hat itself take away from the cable pattern, and the point is to show off that you know how to do cables. This is the landscape sweater. I think this is a very cute design. This is a fun way to learn how to do color work. For the love of God, stop making sweaters in acrylic yarn. I'm begging you. Stop it. I cannot imagine the amount of boob sweat this poor model had after this shoot. Acrylic does not breathe. The reason it's not fun to wear acrylic stuff is because you get too goddamn hot because there's nowhere for all the sweat to go because you're sweating because it doesn't fucking breathe. I blame the 1970s for why we still do this. Get a wool, get a cotton, get a linen, any of those, bamboo, any natural fiber is going to breathe better than this is going to breathe. Cute or not, you can do better. The Glacial Ripple Afghan, I think this is really cute. However, I note that it is made in a P-hook with Karen Simply Soft, so you'd have to do those chevrons while holding probably, if not 4, 6 strands of yarn together. No thank you. This is the Circle of Flowers Afghan. This is for the 30th anniversary of Vanna being part of the Lion Brand family. The Vanniversary, as they're calling it. I could not think of a worse combination of colors. I hate this. It looks like mold spores got into a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. It does not work for me. That gray, make that gray something that really pops, and we can talk. But this is not showing itself to its best advantage. The Colwyn scarf. This is using Lion Brand Scarfy Light, it looks like. And these come... these are variegated when you get them. I think it's really cute. It's a beginner project. This is a great, very first project sort of project. Absolutely. It says, where studying color work is made simple. This is not color work. Yes, it looks very pretty with all the different colors. Don't get me wrong. You're going to have a lovely piece you're going to love. But let's not call it color work when it's not color work. Color work is the intentional changing of colors. Gail, you have a lot of opinions on technique. I know. The Let's Summer top. It's cute. It's made of cotton. You're not going to sweat your ass off in it. Yeah, next. The Ashanti cover-up. They have this marked as experience, so it's their top level, and I don't think that's right. You are working with... Are we making this with Kobu? They never... Oh, it's Premier Cotton Fair. Okay, so you're using a size 2 yarn, and it's open work, but this is not a difficult lace pattern. This is a very easy repeat lace pattern, and it looks like the top half, we can't see it all the way, but it looks like the top half is probably just done in V-stitch, and then the lace pattern comes in. So you'll be used to working with that lighter yarn way before you get to the part that might be a little more difficult for you, and stitch markers will help with the difficulty there. I also question if this is lying flat when she's taking it off because of the way that it's curling at the bottom there that we can see. I think it's partially the way that she's sort of fanning it out so you can see the pattern is causing it to curl on the end, but the fact that we can't see the other side to know that it really is flat on that side makes me wonder. The Next to You shawl. Buy this, make 2, stick them in the bag with that blanket I told you about earlier, and wait. You will find a reason to use them. This is cute. It looks like it's a couple of different stitch patterns to get a little texture on it. This would be a great shawl if you make stuff to donate to nursing homes. The Danica boho bag. There are 100 of these on the internet in bulky yarn, and this is bulky yarn. So, you know, go nuts. I do wonder if that strap is properly reinforced in some way, because if not, more than 2 pounds in that bag, you're going to stretch it to hell and back. And also, if it's not lined, you're going to lose your keys. The tulip lace cardi, I think this is cute. This is very much the this is my sweater at the office, because that one guy always puts the thermostat on 67. I don't love how the sleeve is lying, and I don't love that the trim at the bottom, which looks to be single crochet, is causing it to bunch in a weird way. So I don't know if they were rushing this and somebody crocheted those too tight, or if they were trying to give it a better taper than what the pattern is actually going to give you, and they actually fucked it up instead. The San Mateo shell top, I hate it. And I hate it because it is an excuse to sell you an extra 4 skeins of yarn to add some very small color work to an otherwise cute top. You could make this all in one color and it would be a lot less egregious to me, but this just feels like a money grab. The Mandalay tote bag, this is made out of Willow Yarns Farmhouse Cotton, and it shouldn't be. Farmhouse Cotton is a pretty soft, squishy cotton. This design is all about stitches that are going to stand out against the background, and they can't do that with a squishy cotton. Make this out of linen. This is the Rah 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 shawl, and it is for the Herschner's MVP sock yarn, which is done in a bunch of very common team colors. So you're making this for somebody who's going to wear it to, you know, watch their favorite team. It's cute. It's fine. It does the job. Those tassels are ending up in somebody's drink or the dip.
Dinner is just about ready.
Alright, dinner is over. It was delicious. The fire alarm did not go off. Let's pick up where we were. Alright, this is the Delvin shawl. I don't know why it's called that. It sounds like someone tried to get fancy naming their child. Yeah, it's fine. It's a shawl. This is the autumn lace top. I do not like this sort of closed stitches up top that then leads to an open stitch the rest of the way down. If your boobs are above like a B cup, this design is going to make your boobs look saggy, which, you know, not great, Bob. It doesn't do it for me. Also, I hate this colorway. We have the Turkish stitch crochet shawl. I have never done the Turkish stitch, but this does make me want to do it. It looks really pretty. I love the way that the colorway is working here. Good job. Good job. This is the window shawl. I am pretty sure that this is like 4 or 5 rows of double crochet and then a row of double crochet, chain 1, skip next stitch, double crochet. Done asymmetrically, so a really good, you know, it's an easy pattern repeat to remember. It's, you know, it's a good first shawl. It'll also work up quick, which, you know, if you're adding to that pile of things in the might need this as a gift at some point, definitely make this one as well. The Boddington crochet cardigan, I love this, partly because it's done in this sort of burnt orange. But I just also like, I like the way that the design works up. I like the kind of half open stitches. It's cute. He keeps opening the dishwasher and it's right. The Tivoli shawl, it's fine. I feel like I've seen this shawl 100 times. I'm kind of shawled out, you guys. The leafy lace poncho. It's cute. Yeah, there you go. It's cute. It'll look nice. The person wearing this behind me at the grocery store is going to fight with the cashier over coupons. The filet crochet tote bag. I like this as like a starter filet pattern. You'll get used to kind of how they build up and how to make a shape with them, so I think that's really cute. I seriously doubt the straps of that bag are going to be able to hold anything more than about 3 pounds. because it looks like they're double crocheted, and that's going to stretch. The striped shoulder bag, now this one is not going to stretch because this is ribbon yarn, and the other yarn was not ribbon yarn, it was just a bulky. So ribbon yarn is going to just hold together better for stuff like bags. So if you need to put a lot of shit in your bag, you want to make a bag out of ribbon yarn. The Wesson tote, this is much more my speed in terms of style. But again, ribbon yarn. So like all your shit's going to stay in there and not drag it all the way down. I would recommend you can get like rounds that have pre-punched holes, so you can like crochet around those to get a bottom of a bag. I always recommend that if you're doing any sort of bucket bag. We have the Mod Granny Afghan. I hate it. It is a money grab. It's $100. It's $100 on sale for the kit, which is usually $125. This is just an effort to try to get you to buy jumbo yarn, and I fucking hate jumbo yarn. If you have any sort of issue with holding weight in your hands, with having to heft around a bunch of yarn in order to make a project, this is going to weigh you down. Also, it does not give you good stitch definition, and it's a fucking granny square. Granny squares should have good stitch definition, but also the amount of colors they want you to use is just, it's stupid. It's stupid, it sucks, I hate it. The Intarsia color block blanket. Now, I've never done Intarsia, and I've also never said it, so I might be saying it wrong. So I don't know if working with a super bulky, which this is worked with, in order to do this color blocking is going to be a huge pain in the ass. Intarsia is meant to be a very precise color change, so I would want to hear from people who've actually done it, if they think that working this with like a bulky chenille is going to be more difficult than working with a smaller yarn, or if like maybe it's fine. I could be wrong. I think the colors are pretty, but again, I question the super bulkies and the... I don't hate super bulky as much as I hate jumbo, but for blankets I kind of hate super bulky too. Now we are into baby stuff. The baby stuff. I gotta get through the middle of the catalog where all the tools are. This is the rainbow baby blanket. I think this is very cute. I do think you probably have a week before one of those tassels ends up in a baby's mouth, so maybe don't do those. The textured stripes baby Afghan. This looks snuggly. The texture is going to be fun for the baby. No notes. The Enchanted Ripples baby blanket. This is another one of those that's done in a multicolor yarn, so the stripes happen on their own. If this looks fun to you in this exact pattern, buy the kit. If not, you can find this exact look all over the internet and just buy what you want. The Colorful Polka Dots baby blanket. Why you would make a baby blanket covered in tiny nipples for a baby to then suck on, I do not understand. The Crochet Diamond Bobble blanket. I love the kid because he is giving the same face I made when I thought about having to make all those fucking baubles. The baby blanket to go. And they're making a big deal out of the fact that like, oh, it's easier to take your project with you more than ever. And I'm like, but how? It's just like, yeah, it's all the yarn in a box, but I'm not going to carry the whole box with me. I'm going to carry the color I need to finish the part of it I'm on.
It's your yarn in a box.
Yeah, it's a blanket in a box. Like, I don't have any problem with the design. It's the marketing on this one of just like, oh, you can carry it with you. Yeah, in the bag that I use for that. I don't need a box for, like, yarn. Also, like, all kits should come in a box like this. Anyway. Herschner's Blanket Buddies. So this is a lovey. And, you know, the little head on top of the lovey comes pre-made. So, you know, if you don't want to go through that part of it, it's a really nice shortcut. But you can also find lovey patterns all over the internet if you don't mind making the head yourself, or you know, you have the yarns that have like the pom-pom or the little animal head at the end of the skein. So really you can go out and find these anywhere. The Pastel Dreams baby blanket, I think this is cute. I hate these colorways. I just don't do these pastels. Not my bag. The By the Sea Afghan, I think this is really, really fucking cute. It looks like it was the Afghan contest winner, and you can see why. I think what's really impressive is how nice all of these appliques are. Like, they've all got some sort of detail that really makes them stand out. I would never make this blanket because I would have to make all those fucking appliques. But I do really like it. Excuse you. Beans shaking off over here. But I especially like the seagull on the barrel down there, like, eyeing my breakfast. This is the on-the-go backpack for when you need to make all the crocodile stitch once and then never make it again. I cannot tell how those straps are made, and that makes me leery, because if they're not reinforced somehow, this is going to stretch. I do think it's cute. I like a good crocodile stitch, and this is a fun way to do it. Also, if you stick eyes on it, then it's an owl. The Full Bloom dishcloth, and now I start a new rant, which is called, why the fuck would you make a 4-layer dishcloth? No, wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. A 6-layer dishcloth. All of those layers sit on top of another layer. All of those layers are going to hold moisture. That thing is going to mold up and smell disgusting. Also, like, it's so pretty. Why would you use it as a dishcloth? Slap a back on it, make it a pot holder. Come on. The Mother's Day spa kit, I think the circles are like little face scrubbies. I think it's cute. I don't understand why we have the washcloth and the mask and the little scrubbies and then just a bar of soap plain, as opposed to like making a little soap bag. Like, there's a bunch of stuff you can add to a spa kit, and this one just is not, this is not thrilling me as a kit. I feel like it needs one more item to really kind of pull it together, but I think it's cute. Okay, we've got Julia Scrubbies, and this is being made with Lion Brand Stitch Soak Scrub yarn, and this is for 14 scrubbies. I've never made scrubbies. I've seen the yarn, I've kind of thought about it a few times, never sort of taken the dive to do it. So if you've made scrubbies, like, how long do they last? Do they hold up all right? Like, because that's my big thing, is I just wonder, will they hold up as well as, like, one sponge, or do they wear out pretty fast? And so like 14 is kind of a baseline because you go through them so fast, in which case it feels like it's kind of a sunk cost thing of like your time and effort to make these scrubbies that then you use them 4 times and they disintegrate. But I don't know exactly how it works, so you're gonna have to let me know. The fresh squeezed the citrus talon scrubby set, I love this. It's just so fucking cute. I like the little scrubby, and you make the towel out of cotton. I like the texture on the towel. This is one of those things, just make a bunch of them and start handing them out at housewarmings. Moving out of the dorm? Here you go. Moving into a new house? Here you go. Switching apartments? Here you go. Like, this is one of those things I can make a bunch of them at once and just kind of have them around for a while. And also, they're just fucking cute. This is the Lemon Slice Scrubbies. These are very cute. I do have the problem that you do need the white yarn to get the lemon look, so you're buying a skein that you're not going to use all of. But at the same time, like, for this kind of detail, it's so it looks like something, not just to get you to give them another $5. But I think they're cute. This is the Spa Scrub, so it is a textured cotton, and this is being sold as a sampler, so you get all of these colors, and then you make a bunch of washcloths. I really liked it as an idea. I built my own, like, washcloth and hand towel set with Lily Sugar and Cream, doing something really similar. And these are meant to be more exfoliating, which is why they're textured and nubby. So yeah, they're good. I like them. Sunflower table toppers. I love sunflowers. I like that this has some interesting design elements. I think they're super cute. The sunflower dishcloths. See previous rant about dishcloths, mold, and smell. If you want to make these into pot holders, it's super easy. You're going to need to get another skein of that green, and then repeat that pattern for the green base, and then sew that to the dishcloth. Boom, you have a pot holder. It's useful, it's pretty, it's not going to smell like death. The Spring Towels and Flower Dishcloth set. Now this is how you do the cute dishcloth. This is actually going to be functional as well as cute. You're not going to have a bunch of extra fabric just bunching up in the middle of your cloth. I love the I love whatever that stitch is that they're using for the towels as well. Although this does give big guest bathroom vibes. You know what I mean? Like, if you had one of those guest bathrooms, you know what I mean. And that's big guest bathroom vibes. You don't actually wipe your hands on those towels. You just admire them. The pot holder diner trio. I love a good pot holder shaped like something else. These are sloppy. That toast is sloppy. Look at that top edge there, the way it all kinds of bunch. It doesn't bunch quite right. The egg's all right. I don't have beef with the egg. The coffee cup, just, I don't like that you can see the red peeking through the white. I think the part that is the coffee is uneven and messy. And then I don't understand the point of having a cherry pie pot holder when, one, you can't really see the red, and two, why is the cherry part not fucking bobble stitch? And remember, I don't like bobble stitch. The Coventry doily. I love that they're like, make it modern by using this fun color. Like, I bet you anything, if we could actually go back to the grand day of doilies, you would find plenty that were done in colorways like this. I bet some people, like, Victorians loved to have as much color in their houses as they possibly could. Not all doilies were white. We usually make them white now because that's the easiest thread to find. That being said, I think it's pretty. Like, I'm not mad at it or anything. I just they're like, modernize it by adding color. I'm like, I am certain the Victorians had all sorts of colors for that. The Amelia doily, it's fine. I don't like this yellow. The doily itself, lovely design. The Lacy table runner. I love that after two things that they're like, oh, make it pop, make it bright. Now we have the ecru thread color that is everywhere, and this looks very pretty, but this is also the one that your grandmother pulled out at Thanksgiving, right? Like, you all know what I mean. The dainty fillet bibs, and now once again I fight the skill level because this is marked as experienced crochet. So this bib is considered to be the highest level of difficulty from Herschner's standings. But the filet crochet bag we looked at a little while ago, that was easy. And here's the thing. A bag is always going to be more difficult than a bib because you have to work a bunch of different pieces to make a bag. Second of all, I feel like the only reason this is marked as experienced is because it's thread. Like, if you've never worked with thread before, yeah, it can be intimidating, but it can also be intimidating to go from worsted weight down to light, down to fingering, down to lace. Like, if you want to make these and you want to get an idea of how to work with thread, this is a really good way to start. This is a very simple pattern. And the fact that they have it marked as experience, I think is kind of, Herschner's is kind of up their own ass about it. Heart-to-heart placemats and coasters. I hate the busyness of this variegated yarn. I just don't think it looks good. I like the overall design. I love a good piece of kitsch, and I would totally use these. The Follow Your Heart Afghan. Now, here's a fun thing. So this is an Afghan. It's being made in, it doesn't tell us what the yarn is. It's Herschner's Afghan yarn and a size G hook. So you're probably working with a light worsted. So like, think, Karen Simply Soft. And you're doing these interconnected hearts throughout the entire pattern. There's some trim along the way as well. This is considered intermediate by Herschner's, but the bibs were experienced? Bitch. The cute carrot towels. Okay, so what we've got here are a couple of cute carrot towels, just like it says on the tin, but those carrots are appliques. Those are going to hold water. The chickadee friends, I need someone to make these for me because I will not make them for myself. They are very cute. I love their little wings. Fields of Clover Afghan, noted specifically for St. Patrick's Day, which, yeah, sure, I mean, looks like 4-leaf clovers. I think it's cute. It's, it's a fun version, it's a fun version of a granny square that, builds up into something pretty. I love this. So in the catalog, you would think this would be under, 4th of July, make this Afghan. No, it's under patriotic, weird, and red, white, and bloom Afghan. I do not see a bloom on this Afghan. I see stars, I see stripes, I see squares, I see no blooms. Also, the other thing about calling it patriotic is it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, if they send this out internationally, and they might, I don't know their fucking market share, patriotic only covers countries that have red, white, and blue flags. Like, it's a 4th of July flag. Just call it a fucking 4th of July blanket. 4th of July flag. You know what I mean. We're going into the Christmas shit, and I love that Herschnerr is like, hey, it's February. Christmas shit. Because they are exactly right. I have a blanket going right now that is going to be a Christmas gift. The Let It Snow Afghan. I like the textured stitches to edge the squares. I think the appliques are cute. I think the trim is cute. I would lose my goddamn mind having to make all those appliques and then put them on all the squares I made and then put the trim on and do that final round of trim. Like, super cute. Someone's gonna love this. I ain't making it for anybody. Snowman garland. I would really like a close-up on one of these little guys. Because I'm pretty sure, except for the mouth, every single piece of this you are making individually and then sticking these little guys together, and that sounds like hell. The Blue Christmas Afghan. That is not blue, that's seafoam green. We'll fight about it. Slouchy Snowmen. Again, adorable. These I might actually make, and I know it seems weird that I would make these and not the chickadees, but the chickadees have the little flappy arms, and these are just little round boys that you know, add a few pieces to. So, yeah. These are within my patience for amigurumi. The Very Merry Afghan. Sorry, making sure it's calling out the right one. This is pretty. And you probably know someone who is like way into Christmas. Make this now. Put it in the closet with those other ones. And you will have a gift that will totally psych them up because now they have a themed Afghan. Gnome for the holidays ornaments. I don't know when these little gnomes became a thing, but honestly, I think they're adorable, and I think these are cute designs, and yeah, have fun with them. Poinsettia dishcloths. See all previous comments on dishcloths. The Marion Sparkle shawl, or the I made all the squares, but I won't seam them together. I fucking hate this. What's the point? You're just gonna have a draft every 2 inches. It's useless. I hate it. Also, you can see how much it's stretching because it's not properly attached to anything. That thing's going to be stretched out of proportion and catching on everything within 2 minutes of you putting it on. I assure you. Ugh, I hate it. Back cover. And we are in beige land. We have the bungalow tote. It's fine. The way that this strap is made, I think it would probably hold a little better than some of the others. I would still reinforce it. Real easy way to reinforce a purse strap is to get a length of ribbon, because it gives it something to back against. So you just sew it on the back of it. But like, this is so boring in this color. Like, and like on this white background, like, okay, I get it. You're at the vacation house and you're being bitchy to the locals. Move on. Cozy cottage throw. I think it's nice that a bunch of people with ocean-themed Airbnbs got together and made blankets. And the Hampstead Afghan. I think this design is cute. I don't like these colorways. These sort of mid-range saturation colors have never been my thing. Blech. Alright, so that is the whole show, everybody. We got through the whole thing, 108 of them. And, you know, if you really like something, I'd like to know what you really liked about it. You know, what did not thrill you. And like I said, you know, if you've done intarsia color work or made scrubbies before, I'd like to hear your insight about, like, is bulky yarn good for intarsia? Is it bad? Is it neutral? And with scrubbies, like, do they actually last? Like, if I use it like I use my sponge, is that, like, worth my time? Anyway, if you like what I do, please like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And, I post when I post, so I'll see you the next time I post.